Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and we are comparing lots of Weeks style planner options today. I have got quite a few Weeks style planners, and I realized I had quite a few different ones that I could showcase in this comparison video. So I want to talk about them with you guys. Now, all of these are 2024 planners with the exception of the Aura Estelle and Annie Plans collab. This one happens to be a 2023, and the other ones are all this year. So real quick, I'm going to get this one out of the way because I feel like this one is the most different and unique of all of the options here. We've got some Hobonichi, we've got a PaperTess, and we've got a Sterling Ink. These ones are from Aura Estelle. I've got quite a few covers and different planners from them, and this one happens to be a collab with Annie Plans. All of their Tomoe River paper planners are collabs, so this one happens to be split into 2 books, which I think is really fun, and it's because this one has a daily page. Not all of these ones have daily pages, which we'll talk about. So if you wanted a daily page, obviously it would be very thick, all as one book. So they split this up into 2 books, and I think this one's the most unique. This planner is actually different from the other ones for 2 main reasons, and the daily page aspect happens to be one of them. But one of the main things that's different is their weekly layout is not horizontal or vertical, it is grid, which I think is super fun. So there's like a weekly square, and then Monday through Sunday, and the weekends are the last 2 squares. And I love this. I'm gonna flip to one to see a little bit better. I love, love, love this grid page. I almost bought one of these for 2024 to use as a content planner because I think it's a great little layout. Isn't that super cute? I love the little grid boxes. And what also is super unique about this one, it has the dated daily page in between. So it's your week page, then all your dated daily pages, and then another week page, dated daily pages in between. And your monthly calendars are dispersed in between too. And I think that's super awesome. I just love this one so much. So I plan on maybe repurposing this for a future year or purchasing a dated one in the future as well. But I just think it's a great, great option. Again, most unique because it has that grid style layout. The rest of these I happen to have are horizontal, but Sterling Ink Common Planner also makes a vertical option. So Sterling Ink, I got a compact one, but they do have full year ones. So it would be the equivalent of this thick, but 1 book. And to give you an idea of size of that, I have a full year, but it's not the same size. It's not a week size. It's an actual A5 size, but it's the same thickness as a full year planner. So if you get the full year weeks, it would be as thick as this one. But I have a compact one, so it's a much thinner profile book. They do have a vertical option, but I don't have that. So again, I'll refer to this one to show you guys a vertical option. It's just got your hourly, and the hours are right on the line in between each day. You can see the hourly. That's what it will look like. The columns will just be way skinnier because the week's planner is such a skinny mini little book. But I got horizontal for this because I just knew I was never going to use that teeny tiny vertical column. An A5 vertical column is pushing it for me as far as width size. It's almost too skinny for me, but I make it work. But I knew I wanted a horizontal one, and I just love the way this looks. Sterling Ink has really clean colors and aesthetic. Same with the Aura Estelle. It's very clean. Just grayscale look to it. They use very simple fonts. Another one that's beautiful and grayscale but has a very structured dashboard page is the PaperTess, and here's what the PaperTess looks like. It's a little bit different. It's very, very structured. You can see every space is structured. You have room to make your own titles and use it how you want, but this one's very structured, which we'll talk about a little bit more, but I just wanted to show you it's also horizontal. Sterling Ink gives you 121 pages in the back here. So you get your weekly dashboard pages and then 120 in the back for this compact one. If you want the full year, it's definitely a much thicker planner if you get a daily page in here, but it is an option. Now these 3, the Hobonichi options and the PaperTess option, do not come with a page a day option. You get a couple of thicker options, but they still, again, do not have a daily page. All of these ones use white Tomoe River paper, and as of 2024, the Hobonichis still use the older Tomoe River paper, and it is cream, very yellowy based paper, whereas these ones are very white looking. So you can see compared to each other, the Hobonichi's the most different because of the paper choice. The other ones all have the same sans and paper, and the Hobonichis have the old paper. And I think moving forward after 2024, they will have the white paper because this paper's not made anymore. So while we're on the topic of Hobonichi, Hobonichis come in a lot of different styles. This is called Sneaker. This is like the cardstock cover. They also have these nicer, thicker covers. And then they also have ones called Hone, which have a really nice cover. And I have an A6 Hone. This is the dragons, and it's like a embroidered beautiful cover. And the Weeks also comes in this exact same pattern, but it comes in lots of different neat patterns with harder covers or embroidered type covers. They have lots and lots of different options, and they also have plainer covers you can buy to cover up these planners as well. So you don't have to just, you know, keep your planner like this if you don't want to. You can get a plastic cover, or you can get a bigger, thicker cover. So there's lots of different cover options, whereas these other ones, you might get a couple of color options, like the Sterling Ink and the PaperTess come with a couple color options. Any Plans is just gonna be plain old black, which I wish they would do more color options. I love the Sterling Ink having like 5 different color options, and then the PaperTess this year had 2 color options. So you get a little bit of choice. With Hobonichi, you get the most choice as far as cover options because there's just lots of different options. And then Hobonichi also has 2 different size options, regular and what they call mega. Neither one of them has a full page a day setup. You just have some notes pages and a little bit more notes pages. So this one has, let's see, we can go to the back here. This one gives you 73 notes pages in the back, and then like a bunch of weird, I find weird, little like other things you can use. And then the Mega gives you almost a page a day. It's like so close yet so far. You still don't have a page a day, even with the weekly dashboard pages. So it gives you 217 daily pages at the back, and then you get the weekly dashboard page. But even with the weekly dashboard pages plus that 217, it does not get you a page a day. So unfortunately, Hobonichi does not offer a page a day option at all, but they do offer the most range of cover choices. And I find their layout to be the least desirable of all of the layouts because no matter if you get the English or the Japanese version, this whole bottom is taken up with quotes, whoever made the quote and where they're from, a monthly calendar, and then you just get skinnier horizontal boxes. Whereas with the Sterling Ink, you get a lot more room in your horizontal real estate because that box is not down here at all. And then the daily page, totally unstructured as well. You can see this one has like a different lines of grids that you can see dividing it out. This one's just grids, no lines extra. And you'll notice there's 2 different actual sizes of Weeks, and they're different. So the Sterling Ink Weeks is quite a bit bigger than the Hobonichi Weeks. And if you have a Hobonichi Weeks with a cover, it will stick out mostly like the Sterling Ink, but the page itself is not that thick. You can see there's still a little bit of a gap, and even more so a gap because of the cover being thicker than the actual pages. I feel like this one might be the smallest of the options. Or Estelle is in between sizes. It's like the size of the cover, but the page itself is smaller for the Hobonichi. Let's see this one. PaperTess is the same size as the Sterling Ink. And then, oh yeah, that's another Annie plan. So as far as sizing goes, this one's gonna have your smallest page, the Hobonichi, or Estelle's gonna have the in-between size, and then these 2 are gonna be your largest physical page sizes. So we walked through all of these, except let's look at the PaperTess a little bit more, and then we will look at the front pages in all of these. But the PaperTess weekly spread is very, very structured. It's got this like hourly timetable thing you can use for time blocking. People use it for sleep tracking, work schedules, that type of thing. Your actual daily section is quite small, but you could make it extend out into this gridded section. You've got different checklist style areas and then a grid down here, and it's just a lot of structure. And I've seen some people use this in just magical, amazing ways, but for me, I'm like, oh, that just totally blocks me just needing notes. Like I want to just track notes or, you know, be able to change this from week to week, draw my own lines and boxes and things. This is set up for me, and this feels very restrictive to me personally. I've heard from a lot of planner enthusiasts that really like this layout. It's something totally different, not offered out there. And I think it's great that it's an option. It just would not personally work for me, at least that I can see. Definitely can't see into the future and decide if it's going to work for me or not. But for right now, I just could not see a path forward with using this one because of that dashboard page. Any of these other ones are fine, and actually I used this one a little bit. I am using this one for content planning for 2024, and I have both of these I've used a little bit here and there as well, and I could totally manage with this one as well. Let's just rearrange everything. We've got 4 different weeks. We're gonna flip through those main beginning pages so you can see which ones each one offers. None of the planners except the Hobonichi have these like weird back page things that you can fill out. Some of them are interesting, some of them are I don't know, I feel like useless. I'm not a big fan of all these back pages, but some people really like them and they change from year to year like this. Using things around the house to measure, and you can measure various things and be able to have a little tracker there. I don't know, it's kind of unusual. As far as front beginning pages, let's go ahead and walk through. PaperTess has a cover page and then a yearly. Any plans is going to be a little bit different because it is only half year here, but it's got you get your yearly page and an index, and you move right into your months. Okay, and then Hobonichi, you get your little cover page and your year page, and then you get some habit tracking stuff built into this one. And then with Sterling Ink, you're going to get some habit tracking stuff too. You get your cover page, and then you move into your yearly, and then you get an index page, and you move into a goal setting page. So this one, done. It already has all what I showed you. This one you move into habit tracking. This one has their habit tracking as 1 full year, whereas this one's 4 months of habit tracking. Too many things to flip. Sterling Ink has theirs broken down into quarterly pages here. You'll see. So you get like this little gap for goal setting. You also get an entire goal setting gridded page that breaks down your goals. All the way from a someday goal all the way to daily habits. So it breaks it down into smaller time increments moving across. But this one also gives you this kind of goals setting page with their habit tracker. So you see 3 months at a time. This one you see 4 months at a time. And then this one you see the whole year. Moving into the PaperTess, you get those pages and then you move right into your first calendar. With Hobonichi, you get your habit tracking, and you move right into your monthly calendar. With Sterling Ink, you get that goal page, your quarterly pages, then you move into your monthly page. And as far as all of the planner's monthly pages, the PaperTess, the Hobonichi, and the Sterling Ink all have those monthly pages clumped up together, whereas the Estelle has the monthlies dispersed throughout in between all the other pages. So this one's the only one where the monthlies are spread out. These ones all have those monthlies all chunked up in the very front. You can see all the monthlies are back to back in the front. Same with the Hobonichi. All the monthlies are chunked up right in the front. And then all the monthlies are chunked up right in the front of this Sterling Ink too after all those habits. So you get all the monthlies together. We will compare monthlies real quick. Just a quick glance at all these different monthlies. They're a little bit different, but you know, mostly they're a monthly calendar, but you're going to see a little bit of differences on the pages themselves. Put them to a clean one. So as far as main point differences, the Estelle is a Sunday start. These 3 are Monday start, and the Estelle is not gridded at all. You can see the grids behind it, so you can use the grids behind it if you want to, but this one's the only one that has no lines whatsoever inside the boxes. None of these show holidays, so you have to add in your own holidays. The PaperTess, Estelle, and Sterling Ink are all grayscale, so you can see there's no color whatsoever throughout the entire planner. It's all grayscale and black and white. Hobonichi is the only one that has a lot of color, and it's red, and their color is not all black. It's like this bluish navy color too. So there's black here, but the other stuff can be like navy-ish colored a lot of times. So this is a navy bar, this is red, and the Hobonichi has that throughout the weekly pages too. You get the red and like a lot of navy colored print on these pages, whereas the other 3 are completely black and white and grayscale and much sleeker. I really don't like the red, and I also don't love the navy necessarily, but the grayscale I do happen to really like. So of all of these, as far as my ranking, I like the Common Planner and the Estelle the best, the PaperTess in between because the dashboard page is mostly unusable for me, and the Hobonichi dead last because of all of the red. And I also don't like the cream colored paper. I love the white Tomoe River paper planners. So there you go, there's my little comparison. I also ranked these ones because they are very, very different. I do love the grid layout. And it's like, it's a minor gripe, but I don't like their monthly calendar at all. I don't like how they didn't finish the lines across the page. I also don't like it's ungridded, but I wouldn't use this monthly calendar. Like, this could never be my one and done planner because I need more space than that on my monthly. It's just too teeny tiny. So I find the monthlies mostly not helpful for me in this capacity anyway, but this is the gripe I have with this one. It's just, I wish they would finish that line off and have the grid on these pages too. But I love the grid month and I love the dated daily page. If you want a dated page in your weeks, this is the way to go, or Estelle. So there you go. There's my somewhat rambly comparison of all the weeks planners. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you are a weeks style planner, which one is your favorite? And if it's something that's not here, I'd love to know in the comment section down below what other weeks style planners I need to review for the future. So give me your suggestions if you know of other ones that you're interested in. And that is it for today. Have a great day and I will catch you next time. Bye guys.